Waking up in the morning is like receiving a new chance to start. But, most of the time, this chance is ignored, and we begin the day trapped in worries, chaos, and rush. How many times have you gotten up, and in the first second you opened your eyes, you were already thinking about the things to do, the to-do list, or the worries waiting for you? Now, imagine a different reality. Imagine starting your day with something that brings you peace, balance, and strength before the world begins to interfere with your mental space. And, even more importantly, imagine if this change was within your reach from the very first moment of the day. The key to this transformation? Prayer. Yes, simple and powerful. It doesn't matter your religion, belief, or whether you're used to praying or not. The simple act of praying upon waking up can change everything: your mood, your perspective, and, most importantly, the course of your day. And hey, race, the good news: you don't have to wait until the end of the day to feel the difference. You can start right in the morning, and that's what we're going to explore. We'll talk about the power of morning prayer and how it can transform you from the inside out. Now, take a deep breath, and let's dive into this experience that can redefine your day and even your life. Have you ever stopped to think about the impact the start of the day has on everything that follows? What you do right when you wake up sets the tone for everything that's going to happen. And often, what we do at the beginning of the day is far from healthy. We check our phones, browse social media, and soon find ourselves caught up in a whirlwind of information, news, and responsibilities. But what if, instead, you woke up and had the simple, yet powerful, habit of praying? Morning prayer is like an anchor. It keeps you steady and gives you direction. When you start your day in prayer, you connect with something greater than yourself, something beyond your immediate concerns. It's not just a religious practice, it's a way to align your heart and mind with what truly matters. Jesus, for example, taught us this practice. He woke up early, before the sun rose, and went to a quiet place to pray. This act wasn't an obligation, but a necessity for him. If even the Son of God, who had all power, needed moments of prayer to align himself with the Father, how much more do we, who live in a world full of distractions? Starting your day with prayer allows you to align your heart with God's purpose for your day. Instead of being swept away by the events of the world, you begin in tune with what truly matters. Prayer gives you clarity, focus, and peace to handle whatever comes your way. One of the most powerful things about prayer is that it not only prepares you for the day but also shapes how you see the world. When you start your day in prayer, your perspective changes. What once seemed like an insurmountable problem now feels simpler to tackle. What used to stress you out, now you can face with more calm. Morning prayer is like a mental and emotional preparation for the day's challenges. It creates a foundation of inner peace that allows you not to be shaken by external situations. You become more resilient to adversity, more centered, and more balanced. For example, when we pray in the morning, we ask God for strength for the day, wisdom to make decisions, and protection from the dangers we may face. This request for connection with the divine not only gives us a sense of security but also a sense of tranquility that stays with us throughout the day. Additionally, morning prayer also helps us focus on what truly matters. Often, the world tries to distract us with trivial or irrelevant things. When we start the day praying, we choose to prioritize God and our emotional well-being, and this makes a huge difference in how we handle everyday situations. I know that, for many, the idea of starting the day with prayer might seem difficult, especially amidst the rush and daily commitments. But the good news is that it doesn't have to be complicated. Prayer can be simple and short. You don't need fancy words, just sincerity. Here are some simple tips to get you started. Find a quiet moment right when you wake up. Before looking at your phone or starting to worry about tasks, take a few minutes to pray. Even if it's just 2 or 3 minutes, this moment will make all the difference. Be sincere, don't worry about using elaborate words. Talk to God like you would talk to a friend. Sincerity is more important than the perfection of words. Start with gratitude. The first thing you can do when praying is thank God. Thank Him for the new day, for the opportunity to live, and for the blessings you already have. This helps shift your mindset and puts you in a posture of humility and recognition. Ask for guidance and protection during your prayer. Ask God to guide you throughout the day, to give you wisdom in decisions, and to protect you from any harm. This creates a sense of trust that you are not alone. Now, morning prayer is just the beginning. True transformation happens when prayer becomes a constant part of your lifestyle. Jesus prayed not only in the morning but all the time. He prayed throughout the day, in all important moments of His journey. And that's what I invite you to do. Don't limit yourself to praying just in the morning, but make prayer a constant practice. When you do this, you start living in a more centered, balanced, and connected way with God. Prayer should be a constant conversation with God, something that flows naturally throughout your day. Whether at work, with family, or facing challenges, you can pray and seek guidance at any moment. This strengthens your relationship with God and keeps your mind and heart aligned with His will. When you start your day with prayer, you're telling yourself, today, I choose to live with purpose. Today, I choose God above all. This small gesture has a big impact on your life. It shapes your day, brings focus, and prepares you for whatever challenge comes your way. You become more aware of your choices, more focused on your priorities, and more willing to face challenges with faith and confidence. No matter what happens, you know you have God by your side. Imagine if, upon waking up, you felt a hug of peace, an inner strength that pushes you to face the day with calm and confidence. That's what prayer can do for you. Morning prayer brings a peace that surpasses understanding. It prepares you for any adversity because you're starting the day in tune with God. It may seem simple, but prayer has the power to change the way you face challenges. It brings strength to the soul and courage to the heart. When we pray, we surrender our day to God and trust that He is in control. Prayer is more than just a moment to speak to God, it is also a moment to listen. When you pray, seek not only to speak but also to be attentive to what God has to say. He may speak to your heart through a thought, a feeling, or even a word. The important thing is to be open to this communication. This prayer space becomes increasingly meaningful as you practice it. The more you connect with God through prayer, the more sensitive you become to His voice. And this connection strengthens your faith and gives you the courage to walk in the right direction. Now, I leave you with this reflection: what if the key to a better day, a more peaceful life, is already there, in the simple things, like prayer in the morning? Can you feel the power that these words have to change everything? Prayer isn't just a religious act. It's a tool for personal transformation. It shapes your heart, aligns your mind with the divine purpose, and gives you peace, strength, and clarity for what's to come. So, if you feel this practice can change your day and your life, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and come live this journey of light and gratitude with me. Start now and see the power of morning prayer transform your life.